Hello, my name is Giovanni Giancarlo, and I am interviewing Mr. Downey, a Park School teacher and coach. What made you decide to be a teacher?
That was pretty easy. I grew up always loving children, working with children. Before I went to college, I was already coaching soccer, so I knew I wanted to work with children in some capacity, whether it be as a full-time coach or as a teacher. When I got to college, I actually began my college career as a communications major. And my thought was I wanted to do either set design or lighting, something behind the scenes. And I took a couple of communications courses, and they just really weren't what I thought they were going to be. So I sort of fell back on my love of working with children. By that time, I was also working as a camp counselor for underprivileged and physically challenged kids. And for the longest time, I thought I was going to become a special ed teacher. But as things worked out, my mother was working in a school at the time in the development office, and she put me in touch with the headmaster of that school, who then became the headmaster here at Park, and he is the one that hired me. So,
Interesting. What do you love most about teaching at Park School?
you know what? I think it's probably what any teacher loves most, just being able to work with children. Now, when you ask specifically about Park School, I am a product of private independent schools also, as Park is. So I've always been very in tune with the type of family and child that comes through the doors to Park. I'm very familiar with the philosophy of private independent schools. So what I love most are the families, the relationships that I have with not only the parents but also with the students. The fact that, unfortunately, I don't have children of my own. I have said this many times again, either to players of mine on a team or students of mine in a classroom, that I sort of view my students almost as my kids, from 8 to 3, from the moment they walk in the door in the morning to the instant they're picked up in the afternoon. The kids' parents, your mom and dad, entrust me with their lifeblood, you guys. So I don't think you'd find that type of familial atmosphere in a very large public school that we have here at Park. It's much more smaller, family-oriented. So hands down, that's got to be what I like most about Park School, just the family-type atmosphere.
What position do you play in soccer?
Defense. I'd love to be up there on the attack or playing wing, scoring all the goals, but I have a pretty strong leg. It's not always the most accurate, so even at a younger age, the coaches put me back on defense, and I embraced that. I know that defense is what helps to win championships, regardless of whatever sport you're playing in. So I'm usually on the left side of the field because I've got a strong left kick, but definitely defense.
What is your best advice to give to soccer players?
Interesting. It's probably the same sort of advice I give to the girls that I coach in basketball. You learn by doing most of the time. You learn by doing. That's one of our chief philosophies or mantras here at Park School. You learn by doing. But you can also learn a lot from watching and listening. And I know how much the kids enjoy being out there on the field scrimmaging and going through the skills and the drills. But the answer to your question, the best advice I would say would be to, aside from practicing on your own at home, is also watch other people. Watch it on TV. Watch college games if you have an opportunity to. Watch professional games. Watch international games. You can pick up a lot from watching as well.